158 is our page. We're first going to test the extension of the MP row here. So I'm going to pick the pinky just because you can see it on the camera, but theoretically we test the entire row. But let's look at the pinky for a minute. First I'm going to say, Chad, can you fully extend those fingers as much as able? And I'm going to say, just for the sake of argument here, like most people, Chad, is 0 degrees. If I line that up, that's a 0 degree angle. That's a perfectly straight angle. All right, and I'd go down the line. I'd say, all right, pinky 0, all the fingers are 0. Chad's normal. So we'd write 0 as that extension in the MP rows. I'd look at the PIPs and the DIPs. I'd probably just eyeball it and say, you know what, those are 0 as well. But if I measured it, I could say, all right, yeah, 0. Oh, you know, shoot, this finger is kind of messed up. That's what we're here for. So Chad, I said fully extend that finger. And he goes, oh, I can't do it. This is as much as I can go. Well, now all of a sudden, if I measure that angle, we can see we are lacking 15 degrees of extension at the ring finger PIP. So we'd write that as a negative 15. And then I might go to this finger and say 0, 0, 0, 0. Everything else is 0. We just have that extensor lag at the PIP of the ring finger. So far we're all zeros except a negative 15. All right, now we're going to test flexion. So the book says something like, tell your patient to bend the large joints at your hand while keeping the other one straight. I like to call this the tabletop position. So that's what you're doing, is you're keeping your hands like a table, your fingers like a table. You're just bending at the MPs and keeping your IPs and DIPs straight. And how I measure it is I just go down the line. And I'll say, all right, 68 degrees of flexion on that index. 75 on that ring. 74, I said it backwards, 75 in the middle, 74 on the ring, and 73 on the pinky. And then I write that down. Now I have all my MP row scores of both extension and flexion. And then I'll tell Chad to go into what I call the claw hand. That's where the MPs are up straight, and the PIPs and DIPs are clawed into full flexion. Your book kind of verbalizes it differently. They say, keep your large joint straight and then bend your fingers as far as you can go. However you want to say it's fine. But the key is this position. So I'll measure now the PIP row, and I'll write this down as I go. Oh, 90 degrees. 95, 98, and 92. And then lastly, I'll do the DIP row. Same claw hand position. Same thing, I'm pushing pretty firmly onto the top, the dorsal aspect of the knuckle, of the joint, but pushing into the skin. I'm not kind of hanging it out and letting it loose because you're going to have a totally wrong angle. I'm pushing pretty firmly onto the top of the skin so I get that exact angle. And in this case, the DIP is 78 and 82 and 84 and 90. And I write that down. Now my chart's complete, and now I'm simply going to add up those numbers finger by finger and then subtract any extensor lags from that overall number. So in this case, probably his lowest total active motion is going to be that ring finger because we know he has an extensor lag. Everything else was pretty normal.